Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite.
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. I am Del Lemon, joined by the mayor of Port Chopolis, Pork Chop, MBSG. What's up, guys?
I'll tell you what's up. I'm going to pour some barbecue sauce in today. From Midwest Best Barbecue to the Chop Shop. You know what happens when you combine those two together, man? It's like the Megazord and Power Rangers. It's going to kick ass every time. That's what it's going to do. Go ahead.
That's a fact. I've seen
That's a
Power
fact.
Rangers.
Or the Dragon Sword. That's a good one, too.
Go Power Rangers.
I'll show growing up.
What do you got, Chop? You got bold predictions?
Man, I got bold predictions out my ass.
That's what I titled the show.
I know.
I don't know that I have that many. I think the whole draft's a bold prediction because it's going to be hard to predict, is what I think.
Yeah,
Right.
me too.
I don't think that some of my bold predictions are bold predictions. Like, I'll just kick it off, man, with the Bengals are going to go ahead and select not trenches in the first round. And they're going to go with a position like running back or tight end, which is something that I think would, I mean, you know.
It's the James Rapine special, in other words.
Yeah. I mean, I would not be excited about getting Ashton Genty. Are you kidding me? Not that he's going to fall to us. I'm just saying, like, would I be excited about him or Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland? Yeah, I would. But do I also think that we got bigger needs in the first round? Yeah, I do. So I do think that that's a bold prediction. But I also think
that's a bold
totally
prediction.
can happen.
I'll give you my bold prediction, man. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I think Mike Green could slip out of the first round.
Or be the Bengals pick at 17. Or
It could be the Bengals pick at 17. So we've been seeing reports. There's a report out.
Do your button. Do your button. Do your
What
button,
button?
Greg. Your button for your
voice
audio.
button.
Oh, God damn it. God, I hate this audio. Sorry.
It's every time.
It's every time.
Yeah, like there's a report out. Dale got to it before I did when he sent it to me and all that. I had to go sit in the corner for a couple minutes, which I deserved.
It was late.
But there's a report out. Only he had no visits. He had a conference call with the 4 teams, and the Bengals appeared to be very interested. So I've given my opinion on this. Talent-wise, yes. Off the field, I just have no idea. I don't know what's true and what's not true.
Yeah,
Talent-wise, we don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. I don't know what to think about it. But, you know, say if the Bengals don't pick him, could he fall in the second round? Wouldn't surprise me. I don't know.
Yeah, I did read that thing about Cincinnati and Atlanta being in on Mike Green despite the issues. And you know what? I think I was telling Greg, like, there was no criminal charges pressed. They did an investigation with both of them, and there were no criminal charges pressed. So, I mean, yeah, it's bad that you have different sexual allegations in high school and college, but I'm already trying to make excuses for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's right to be the pick. But there were no charges. They were investigated. There was no charges. I guess it's a thing where you can say like athletes, like star athletes did something or whatever, but there's still those issues. But I did read that Cincinnati and Atlanta are both still fully in on Mike Green. So making it out of the first round, I'm not sure. Unless they take Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren, or Ashton Genty.
Mine's not going to be Bengals specific. I'll fire one off.
Shedeur
Sanders falls out of the first round.
Whoa!
So maybe he goes to the Giants, but I think they're locked in on Abdul Carter. So then it's like, well, 9 the Saints, and they seem to like Jackson Dart more than him. Not that maybe they're not going to take anybody there at 9 at quarterback. I'm not saying they're going to take Dart over him, but then everybody's been like, well, he'll fall to the Steelers at 21.
Yeah.
The Steelers, the last time they took a quarterback around there, it was Kenny Pickett.
Right.
And that didn't work out. So maybe they're just like, you know what? We don't want Shedeur Sanders. I don't know what the Steelers are thinking, but I'm just saying, if he doesn't go at 21, now then maybe it's somebody trading back into the back end of the first and he does go in the first. But what if they just say, screw it, we'll wait? What if it's the Browns? The Browns say,
That's
we'll just
what I
wait
was
till
gonna
the
say,
second
Dale.
round and pair him and Travis Hunter back up together.
Dale, clip this. I want you to clip this right now. If Sanders falls out of the first round, you don't owe me anything. I'll give you a $10 ticket to Midwest Best Barbecue. Book it.
So you think
That's
he's a
what I'm
stone cold
getting
lock?
Oh, absolutely. Somebody will take him in the first round. I go higher, but
Oh my God. Who has the bigger shit fit if he doesn't go in the first round? Dion or Shador?
probably Dion.
Dion.
He's
I mean,
not,
he's
he's
not-
not,
he's not-
see, and he's not going to be at the draft because they don't want to have that on live TV.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But Dale, you don't owe me anything, but I will Venmo you a $10 gift card to Midwest Best Barbecue.
Okay.
Book it.
All right.
I could see this too. Gatto says like he could see the Stilts even going then Jackson Dart over Shador. I could see that too at pick 21 if they're both still on the board. and they go that
Dart's
direction.
getting a lot of hype right now. Dart will be a first round pick.
Oh
I
yeah.
agree with Dustin about Travis Hunter playing
I don't
wide
even think
receiver.
that's bold now because the Browns said they viewed him as a wide receiver and they're the ones most likely to take him.
Right. I hope they do. God dang, I hope
Okay.
they do.
Chop, you'll love me for this. I'll make a bold pick. I think Imamura goes before Starks.
Oh yeah.
I could see some team just so
That's
impressed
not
with
bold
his
in my book.
athleticism.
That's 100%. That's not bold.
Now the stock exchange guys, the PFF and the other guy who works for NBC Sports, they didn't have Eman Ward going until like way into the second round.
Like 49?
No. I think he went past 49.
What?
Even. We didn't take him at 49.
There's
either,
no
John.
fucking way that happens, man. That's the same ones that I keep seeing Miles Frazier picked up in the 6th round.
I'm just going to tell you, there's some people that don't think he's going to be a very good safety, even though he's that.
Well, I
athletic
did
and
hear that some people might play him they might view him as a linebacker,
Yeah,
which guess what? I'm okay with that. We need a linebacker.
we need everything.
Hey, dude, this guy is just a football player. I mean, Dale, come on. You watch the tape. That guy is just literally a football player. You put him on the defense, like in a linebacker role, I think he's going to do great.
Dustin, the Bengals had him in. Who do they have him in? Oh, okay. But I'll tell you another one. I think Gelati goes in the second round. I don't think he's going to be there in the third round. He's getting too much hype. Book it. Gelati's a second round pick.
Second round, not even third. That's interesting because there's guys like Femi Oladejo at edge. There's a bunch of those guys. There's Jordan Birch, Femi Oladejo. There's a bunch of those edge guys that I could see them going in the second. I could see them falling in the third. There's going to be a bunch of those guys. It'll be the other one is the kid from LSU,
but Dale,
Chops guy.
You were high on him. He's thinking of. I know he's referred to. You were very high on him, Dale. All the draft experts stole your draft guide and ran away with that. Dale, I'm just telling you, man. Gelati is rising up the charts, man. I think we may have to take him in the second round.
I agree with Dustin on this one too, especially if it was between the Bengals. If it was the Bengals deciding, I'm telling you. I think the Bengals take Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren.
No. Oh, the Bengals would. Okay.
And this one here, David, please. Because this linebacker's name is Jihad Campbell.
Hey,
yeah, that'd be the one to take if they take one at 17. I could also see, though, to the other one with Loveland, I could see the Colts also potentially if it's Loveland and Warren that they went Loveland.
My brother-in-law says he literally is guaranteed. He's a Colts fan. He's literally guaranteed they're going to go tight end, pretty much.
We say that every year, though. To be fair,
the Jets are very high on Warren and all that. To be fair, I think Warren. I still think will go in the top 10.
I could see them taking Armand Membu. I could see the Jets taking him at 7. I could see a lot of things. Honestly, we may have to fire up into a full first round mock draft for all the teams right now, Chop. Just because, I mean, that's part of the bold predictions. The bold predictions are we think this team surprises us and goes this way. We do a crazy one because you know what happens every year. Everyone has a mock draft. They're all somewhat similar, and then the first round starts, and none of the players you thought was going to the teams you thought they were going to go to.
Right.
That starts happening. It's a trickle-down effect. Then this team takes a guy you didn't ever think they were going to take in the top 2 or 3 choices. And every year, it's a crazy first round. It's an unexpected first round. Just saying. We could do that. We could fire one up.
Let's do it.
Bold prediction, crazy first round mock draft if Chop wants to fire one up. We'll do all the teams. You select the all.
All right.
And let it rip.
Dale, let me throw one more in. we're going to get LaQuint Allen in the 7th round. That's going to be the biggest draft.
We don't have a 7th round pick, so it would be a bold prediction.
We're going to get more picks
because we would.
Yeah, that's what Duke Tobin said.
We want more picks. Does that mean though we're going to trade Trey Hendrickson though? Will Trey Hendrickson, Dale? What % chance Trey Henderson gets traded around the draft or at the draft?
You said do all the teams, Dale?
Yeah. You can just do one round but select all the teams, so you don't have to worry about the speed or anything either. It's just boom, it's all up there. And if we want, we'll get crazy. We'll do trades. We'll do what we'll do whatever we want, Chop.
Crazy.
We'll all get naked right now.
Well, no,
I will be shortly anyway because I have to get in the shower for work.
Well, Dale, you saw my ass.
I have to work the first 3 days this week because the second 3 days I took off for draft.
Yeah, I could see that, man. I'm not going to be surprised that happens.
No. And Walter Nolan, a guy we've mocked a million times, man. Dustin called it a long time ago on here about the 49ers. He thinks the 49ers would take him, and I have seen so many people mocking him now to the 49ers at pick 11. They stole that from Dustin.
Who is that? Tyler Warren?
No, Walter Nolan.
Walter Nolan to the 49ers, huh?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, BSG is in a mood, a horny mood. He's got the bat in hand. He's all fired up, man.
Hey, Dale, remember, you saw my ass that one time when I told you to keep an eye on the lookout when I took a piss one time.
Yeah, because I forgot you pull your pants down to your ankles when you pee. It's fucking
well, because I don't want to pee on my pants, Dale. Okay, that's what I do. I go in the stalls every time when I use the men's restroom.
Like, oh, that's Greg's ass.
You just like pull your penis out.
But man, I pull my pants out. I like to air my ass out. Sue me, yeah.
You did.
While you're smoking a cigarette and you're looking like, oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah, a lot of people do think Trey will get traded. That was mentioned here before we fired this mock draft up.
I said that too.
I don't think he does.
Man, I think I don't like it. I don't like it if he does. I'm not saying he won't. I have no idea what their plans are. But why in the hell didn't you do it when free agency started? So you could have used the $16 million to improve your roster elsewhere and still got the draft pick.
Well, did you hear what Tobin said? They're happy they have Trey on this team. But guess what, man? I can see Trey sitting out. I think he's going to sit out. He's not going to.
I don't think
on this deal.
I think maybe a hold in during camp, but nothing else.
No, I do not have Hank Hill's ass, man. My ass is very flappy.
It looked fine to me.
Yeah. Let me go to that screen here. All right, here we go. Tennessee is on the clock.
Greg, you pop comments up.
Okay.
Now, this would be getting bold if we took anyone besides Cam Ward, right?
Yeah.
But we're not going to be stupid. Like, I think this is already done. So we're going to take Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's already done.
Oh, we're up again. And I also think that this one, man.
Right. It'll just they really say, so a lot of people are saying the draft starts at 4. So that means 1, 2, 3 is 1, 2, 3 on this board from everything I've heard, read, and sometimes that's how it goes.
Give
so
Travis Hunter
2. Yep. And we'll just go ahead and give Abdul Carter to the Giants at 3.
Yep.
All right.
Now the draft starts at 4, so all the smoke, all the talk is Will Campbell right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it. Draft starts at 4. Let's get crazy. It's not too crazy when you're picking top 5. But what did the Bengals do for Joe Burrow the very next year after he was a rookie?
They got him a receiver.
In the top 5, right? They got him a wide receiver. Now, I'm not saying this guy's Jamar Chase, but, maybe you're looking to get yourself a wide receiver here for Drake May. Yeah, you got O-line issues. So did the Bengals, right? And they said, screw it. We're still going to take a receiver for our quarterback.
Yeah, that's right. There was a good meme about Penei Sewell and Jamar Chase.
Penei Sewell? It's a hell.
Sewell.
But I like that. If it was Swell, I might have been more on his side.
Sewell.
But I'm giving him Ted McMillan from Arizona because I think he's got a ton of potential. I think he could be wide receiver 1 in this class. And I'm giving Drake May a weapon. We're getting wild. Jaguars are up. You know what? Some other people's done this one.
Shador?
ETN isn't getting any younger at running back.
Right. That's what I was just going to say.
So
they need another badass running back.
So they say screw it. They say screw it. Yeah. Ashton Genty, pick 5.
Look at that.
Jaguars.
The Raiders. This is where I think maybe Shedeur hops off if he makes it down here. It's a good possibility, I feel like. Is there any smoke around the Raiders still with Shedeur?
Man, I haven't heard it if there is. So either they're really good at hiding it or they don't have any intention of putting him at 6 overall. Maybe they have some interest in trading back up from the second to the end, late first, and getting him when he almost slides out
Right.
first.
Well, I mean, they did get Geno Smith, right?
Yeah, and I could have given them Tet, but he's off the board here. And I don't think Matthew Golden or Ekbuka or Luther Burden are going to be picked 6. So they also need a corner badly need a cornerback.
Oh,
So Will Johnson is a cornerback that coming into this year was considered a top 5 player. Yeah, he had injuries. Yeah, he didn't run the 40, this, that, and the other. Why not give him a corner? Give the Raiders a corner. They fill their biggest need with Will Johnson.
There you go.
The Mason Graham slide is real right now.
Whoa, Chop.
No
Let's trade
kidding.
up, buddy.
We're at pick 7. New York Jets are on the clock at pick 7. The Jets go, what the hell has been going on here?
right.
This
You
is
take
crazy.
Campbell? Do you go? Which side of the trenches do you go, Dale?
They could go line. They could say, well, Mason Graham's too good to pass up here. Him and Quentin Williams would be a strong interior defensive line.
Tyler Warren, though, sitting right there.
Tyler Warren sitting there.
Well, they got a
Armand
new
Mibble,
quarterback
Will
too
Campbell.
that they want to give a weapon.
They got all those things sitting right there.
Dustin has a great point here coming up with the Raiders. That is a fact right there, Dustin.
Yeah.
Well, what is it for people who can't? see the screen like
Nicky
that?
Manwari to the Raiders. You got to read it. Chop
Nicky
can't see
Manwari
the
to
screen.
Raiders.
Well, neither
Remember
can the
the Legion of-
podcast listeners.
Remember the Legion of Boom? Carol once said again, yeah, he has been compared to not Earl Thomas, but Cam Chancellor.
So we're trying to be a little crazy, right, with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slicing it up. So, yeah, Tyler Warren is there. But they could also take another tight end, and this is another scenario where Colston Loveland goes off the board ahead of Tyler Warren. The Jets say, we think he can be a dynamic weapon in this league. We need a weapon, and we're going to get it at tight end, and it's going to be the pass catcher, Colston Loveland. Off the board at pick 7.
gone.
Above Tyler Warren. Above Mason Graham.
Will Campbell. I mean, the Panthers.
Panthers.
They're going to need
an-
something. I mean, are they going to go? Or are they going to roll with Bryce Young still? They probably need someone to protect. How's their line?
That's one of the things they have is a decent line. I'll give them that, especially at tackle. They have 2 pretty good tackles, and I think if you're picking at 8, you take a tackle here, not a guard. They need an edge. They need pass rush bad after trading Brian Burns last year. So what kind of pass rusher do we want to give them that maybe would – I don't even know if it'd be a surprise at this point because I think they've been mocked every edge in the book. But if the chat has any comments on maybe a direction the Panthers would go, because I could see Jalen Walker, I could see Michael Williams, I could see Samar Stewart, I could see Mike Green, I could see all those.
Dustin says Stewart.
It's probably Walker this high up in the draft.
Yeah, I think Walker.
You know what, though? I kind of want to go Michael Williams.
Well, do it. Let's do it.
Based off the smoke that he's going to go a lot higher than people think. That's what everybody's saying right now. Teams have him 6th, 7th on their board. Well, there's pick 8. Michael Williams goes to the Panthers.
There you go.
Wade said Williams.
Yeah, Michael Williams.
That's what we did.
Oh, okay.
Pick
Now
9.
we get
the Saints,
to
man.
the Saints, who are
They
in
could use-
need of a quarterback.
They do need a quarterback, but they need a D tackle, wide receiver, and D tackle. The only problem with Mason Graham here, the only problem is they have Brian Breesy. They need more of a run stuffer kind of guy.
G.I. Campbell to the Saints, Dustin says.
I do have linebacker on their list of needs. I don't know that he would start because they have well, actually, he might start. They have Pete Warner, and then I don't know if they've got the other starting linebacker in place. So you know what? That is different. Let's put Jihad Campbell, pick 9, to the Saints.
All
It'll
right.
be funny. I mean, maybe none of these are correct, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe none of them.
Right.
David Gabbard said no. I agree with you, Dave.
Now, what
Now this-
about the line at Chicago? Because they got Caleb Williams up there too. You think they'd want to give him something?
Well, they revamped the interior O-line.
Oh, that's true.
2 trades and a free agent center. They also just drafted their right tackle at like pick 10 2 years ago, right from Tennessee. And then at left tackle, they have Braxton Jones, who's serviceable, right? I mean, he's enough that probably you don't have to take that here. So they could go so many directions. One thing, their new coach coming from Detroit, he was the guy. We didn't see Jahmyr Gibbs at pick 12, right?
No.
But he liked him. And they also had David Montgomery. So even with Ashton Genty off the board, the coach says, screw it. Omarion Hampton, 2 1,500-yard seasons. I'm taking a running back anyways. It's Omarion Hampton at pick 10. 2 running backs in the top 10.
Yeah. And you already know. And who was the bold prediction for San Francisco? Somebody said they're going to take Walter Nolan, right?
Yeah, and here's Mason Graham on the board. But you know what'd be crazy? If Walter Nolan goes ahead of Mason Graham.
Yeah, that would
Put
be
it
cool.
on there. Put it on the
what
board.
are you doing, man? I mean, whoo.
We're getting crazy, Greg. This
Goddamn
is
49ers,
crazy.
man.
bold
I
prediction.
told
mock
you
draft.
California's weird.
Bold prediction mock draft. Dallas Cowboys. They could use a receiver, a D tackle, running back. They could use a lot of things.
Yeah, they could use a team.
Linebacker depth. A right guard. Their right guard retired. This is tough. This is tough here. But you know what? We're going to end the Mason Graham slide.
Yeah.
We're going to end the Mason Graham slide here at pick 12 to the Cowboys. They could use a D tackle. Yes, they brought back Osa Odigizua, but they just need talent. And yeah, we're going to give it to them.
I think this is a good spot for Will Campbell. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I can't disagree because they need O-line and
They need to protect Tua, and that guy gets killed.
and their guard, so boom, they take Will Campbell here, and the plan is to play him at guard. They're not even going to give him a look at tackle. They're going to put him plug and play at guard, start year one.
And here's the Colts. And there's Tyler Warren. We heard they're taking a tight end.
So we don't want to do it.
Right.
Right.
So what do you want to do, Greg? Fuck your brother.
Yeah, do him a favor. Just give him Tyler Warren.
No, we're not doing
No, we're not doing it.
We literally
you
said
want
we're
to
not
be mean
doing
to
it.
him?
Are you paying
Okay, text
attention?
Sanders.
Is Greg paying attention? I can't see that screen.
I can't see the screen well because I'm monitoring the comments.
All right, I like it. And Dustin also says Colts take Shador Sanders.
There we go, Dustin. We're on the same page, buddy.
They don't have belief in Anthony Richardson, and they say quarterback of the future, Shador Sanders.
There you
At
go.
14.
He didn't make it out of the first round.
No, my prediction was wrong, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, we're crazy now. We're crazy.
The Atlanta Falcons
My
said
mom
they're
boy.
high on they're looking for an edge, and they're high on Mike Green. We should give him Mike Green.
Just because you don't want him at 17.
Yes.
This is literally this is when it goes not bold.
I know. But let's still get them all.
Hey, Dustin, make a bold
I was
prediction.
going, you know what could have been bold? Actually go back to edge. The James Pierce slide is not real. They believe in James. That's what Todd McShay said today. He could see them being still in on James Pierce. The Falcons still like him. So give him James Pierce at 15.
That'll work.
That's bold.
Yeah. Arizona.
They could use right tackle, wide receiver, corner, safety, D tackle. Safety's not a huge need for them. But you know what? They do love some athletes. They're the team that took the kid from Clemson a couple years ago. And they say, we are passing on Starks. Nick Emanwari's going at pick 16 to the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, Dad,
Have
that's
fun
gonna
out
piss
there,
off
Nicholas.
Now the Bengals are like, holy shit, we got Mike Green on the board.
Man.
We got
I
Tyler
want Jalen
Warren
Walker.
if we want to
I
go
take
Tyler
Mamambu.
Warren.
You got to go Mamambu. Best player available. Remember, Dale, shocking news. They're going to go best player available first round, right?
Nope, we're trading down.
No,
Trading down.
no,
We want more picks.
no.
Even though we're not doing more than one round, we're trading down here.
Oh, damn.
Just to piss Greg off.
What the hell? No, don't. Please.
Fine, we'll take Tyler
No,
Warren.
Kenny, trade.
Let's-
Just trade. I'm messing with you.
do you want to take Tyler Warren?
Just trade
I
down.
want
You
Jalen
just-
Walker.
Hey, Dale, you now just listen to me? Seriously?
All right, trade down. We're trading down.
Yeah, just trade down. I'm kidding with you. Sheesh.
No, 'cause
What
I
kind
can't
of-
see Membu or Warren being there, and I know this is the crazy scenario draft, so maybe they would be there, but maybe they'll still be there in our trade down. Is Does it let you go? Yeah. So 17.
trading with?
Let's go. Trying to think who would want Tyler Warren specifically. Maybe. Let's go the Chargers.
Ooh.
You know, Loveland's already off the board, but they could use a weapon for Justin Herbert. So we're going to take their first and we're going to take their third. We'll also take one of those sixth. Why not? We'll take one of those two.
I'll take the best one, even
There
though
you
we're
go.
only doing one round.
Yeah. But so we traded down and we're doing that.
So now they're going to take Tyler Warren, right?
Yeah, the Chargers come up to take Tyler Warren. Now Seattle has to take Mimbu. They need offensive line help. They could maybe play him at right tackle for the future, but they'll plug and play him at guard right away. And this would have been Jihad Campbell, but he's long off the board at pick 9.
Well, they still got in. They said he's making it into the first round, possibly as Carson Swishinger.
And Stock Exchange said they're very high on him. And the guy that does the PFF for that, Trevor Sikkema, he's a Buccaneers fan. And he said that would be too rich for him, but that would be bold. So let's do it. Carson Schlesinger to the Buccaneers at pick 19. Over Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker. That's the crazy.
Man, why don't you just pull your pants down at this point? Jesus. Just kidding.
Why not?
So what do we got for the Broncos? What are their big needs?
Wide receiver, running back. You know, they could go with a safety slot corner.
Well, running back in second round. I mean, first.
Give them the North Carolina running back.
He's
He
already
already
gone.
went,
He gave us
buddy.
Chicago.
We gave him a pick 10.
I can't see the board, man, because I'm monitoring the comments. I can't.
So running back, go back to running back though. All this going on, and they say, you know what? Give us Quinshon Judkins. We missed on Hampton and Jenny. I'm not even taking Henderson. I want a guy that can give me more carries.
What about Luther Burden to the Broncos? Or Starks to the Broncos?
I mean, yeah, we could have done that, but it's a little more obvious. So Steelers, I still say quarterback, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
Jalen Milroe, quarterback from Alabama,
What?
pick 21. Jalen Milroe.
I love this.
Walker.
Now we're on the board. Jalen Walker and Kelvin Banks are still there. Kelvin Banks, plug and play at left guard, left tackle of the future. And we're getting crazy, so we're taking Jalen Walker. Because Chop wants to do it.
Going to be a badass.
Hey, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I would
falling
take
to
Kelvin Banks
22.
personally, but this is a bold prediction mock draft. So we take
Right.
Jalen Walker over Kelvin Banks.
What the hell?
Oh,
Chop will be dancing around naked.
I will get that jersey.
and the Packers. So I've kind of had them. So the only bold part of this for the Packers will be that they have Banks come in and be their starting left tackle year 1. So everyone thinks he's going to play guard a couple years, or maybe he's going to be a guard his whole career. So no, they're going to take Banks and they're going to play him at left tackle from day 1. And they get Banks at 23.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy good value, to be honest.
No, I've not, Crypt. I've not. No,
This is one that I take Malachi Starks a lot, so I don't want to do
Well,
that.
they need a safety, so
They could use a guard, so like a
Yeah,
Tyler
I've
Booker.
seen
That
it
that
once.
one makes a lot of sense, so I don't want to do it. Yes, I like that, Greg. So we do give them a safety, but it's not Starks. Starks isn't the second safety off the board.
No, he's not.
It's Xavier Watts at pick 24 to the Vikings. This is a bold prediction. First round mock draft. Texans, everyone says they're going offensive tackle. They're going offensive tackle. There's going offensive tackle. No, they're not. Not in our scenario. They would take Josh Simmons, but we're not doing it because that's what everyone thinks they're
nah,
going
fuck them.
We are going to give them a defensive tackle. We're going to jump sides of the ball.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to give them Kenneth Grant.
That's a good pick.
We're going to give
Good
Kenneth
pick.
Grant to the Houston Texans at pick 25. Give him a big, beefy man on the defensive line.
Hey, Anton, we agree. No disrespect, but I'm so tired of mock drafts. I can't wait till Thursday to see the real thing. We hear you, Anton. We're just having
Yeah,
some
and
fun.
this mock draft is definitely like every other one you've seen for sure.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, right.
So the Rams are up. People think that they're going to take a corner is probably their biggest need. But they did meet today. They have met with Jalen Milroe. He's off the board, sorry. But they're still interested in a quarterback here, Chop. quarterback of the future at pick 26 for the Rams.
Oh, yeah.
And it is Jackson Dart from Ole Miss to the Los Angeles Rams at pick 26. Man, this has to be a dumb pick, right? Because we always expect the Ravens just to make a good pick.
Yeah, this is probably where you get Mike Green, and we were worried about character issues, and he's going to go there and fucking just slay us.
But we've put him there before.
Yes.
Man.
Let's give them a punter. This is bold predictions, man.
They do need a kicker.
Burn it.
They do need a kicker because Justin Tucker can't keep his hands off the people that have their hands on him at massage parlors.
Let's give him the best kicker there is.
Andres Borregales from Miami, Florida. Pick 27 to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Jeez, dude.
There he went. Man, that's good pick. That's a very bold prediction, but
That's
you're
a bold
right.
prediction.
Tucker.
Stewart's still there. Stewart to the gotta go Stewart to the Lions.
Yeah, that's what you'd expect.
Right.
That's what you'd expect.
That's what you'd expect, though. Jack Simmons. There we go. Come on down.
No, I'm cool. Give him Stewart. It's fine. Give him Stewart.
Wait, what?
Give him Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, just give him Stewart. Yeah, I'm fine with that one. You know, we're almost into round one. We'll get some of those.
Commanders, man. Let's give him Matthew Golden.
Yeah, because it's like, is he the same as Terry McLaurin and the other receivers they have? Yeah, he basically is. So let's give him that. It'd surprise people. And they pass on Mike Green because of the character, and they take a receiver, Matthew Golden.
That's right. Now we got Buffalo.
So Buffalo, I think, could use a corner / safety. I think Jadal Barron is that. He could play corner or safety in the NFL. So they feel like they're killing two birds with one stone here. So the Buffalo Bills take Jahdae Barron.
No, Dustin, I agree with this one right here. Yeah. There's no way he gets.
Kansas City needs a long snapper.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Let's give him an offensive tackle. Because, but it's not Josh Simmons. Josh Connerly Jr. And they should have taken Josh Simmons. They take Connerly. He never works out at tackle because they just still can't find a tackle. Simmons becomes a Pro Bowler. They fuck the pick up that way, but they do take a tackle there, Josh Connerly Jr. So this this would be Malachi Starks in real life if he fell to pick up.
Oh, it would. They love Malachi.
Who's that, the Eagles?
Yes.
I agree, Dustin. I could see that.
But they want a pass rushing D tackle to fill Milton Williams' spot. And it's not Derek Carmen.
What?
There's some injury concerns with Derek Carmen.
Whoa.
It's Darius Alexander from Toledo.
That's a good pick, though.
There we go. There's our first round. Bold prediction mock draft. We can recap it. Recap the chaos. We weren't bold in the top three. We said we'll go chalk with the top three, and then we'll get a little wild.
Right.
So Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, they go top three like everybody's projecting. At pick 4, we don't take the tackle. We take Tet McMillan and give a receiver weapon to the Patriots. Pick 5. Who do we go with? Pick 5. Charlie.
Ashton Jeanty. Give the next new running back to the Jaguars.
Will Johnson at pick 6. Raiders need corner help. I don't think it's crazy that Will Johnson could go there.
No, I don't either.
At pick 7, the Jets take Colston Loveland over Tyler Warren, but they could use a tight end, so it still makes somewhat sense,
Yeah, and I think that Colston Loveland's got a good chance of going over Tyler Warren just off of his route running and pass catch ability.
Dustin, here's a bold prediction. Reds will not score a run in the next 3 games.
Next 3 weeks after scoring 24, Greg.
Yeah, that's true.
How bold that is.
But Mykel Williams at pick 8 to the Panthers, maybe that's still not super bold because they're going to take an edge, but him being in the top 10 is bold to me. It's still bold to me, but I won't take him in the top 10. Jihad Campbell at pick 9, shoulder injury be damned. The Saints say he's the best linebacker in this draft, and it's not close, so we're taking him. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think it's crazy. It's bold. It's not crazy.
I agree. Here's the pick that Marion Hampton to the Bears.
Their coach, man, he wants to have a good running game. He feels like he can get the best out of Caleb Williams if he has a good running game, and he thinks Hampton can be the centerpiece of that running game with Jeanty off the board.
And I think Omarion Hampton could possibly have a better career in the NFL than Ashton Genty. This is where we're going to see if that
crazy.
Small school stuff is true.
No,
I think
Anton,
Genty's great, but go ahead,
No,
Greg.
Anton, I did it to piss off my brother-in-law.
Well, we're not there yet, Greg. You can wait till we get to the pick. I thought you were going to talk about.
He says, why Sanders to the Colts? They already have.
I know, but we're still talking about pick 10. We're going in order.
Oh.
This guy. Chop, does he even pay attention?
No, he's reading the comments.
I can't see the screen.
I know, but we're going in order. So we're at now we're at pick 11. We think the 49ers take Walter Nolan with Mason Graham on the board.
Yeah.
Walter Nolan is D tackle 1 in this class, potentially, is what we're saying to some teams.
And then Dallas, they're happy as fucking pigs and shit because Mason Graham fell to them.
Yeah, we let Jerry Jones luck into something.
Right.
Because that's the only way he's going to win. So
yeah.
We'll give you that one, Jerry.
Hey, Dustin here says, Dale, did you see the former Ohio State linebacker Joshua Perry is not high on Genty at all?
No. And I mean, I think he's a damn good player. I just said I could see Hampton having a better career because I think Hampton's really damn good too.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't disagree with you on it, Chop. Will Campbell at pick 13 to the Dolphins. Hey, he's playing guard, right, Chop?
That's right. He's playing guard, and he can always kick out the tackle later on, just like another great LSU left tackle did it in the league. His name's Andrew Whitworth.
I agree with that. And Greg, pick 14 was the Colts. So this one we went Shedeur Sanders. You can explain your reasoning for this.
Yeah, but Anton, we did it to piss off my brother-in-law because him and I have been cool. We quit talking smack to one another, but JB, I love you. I'll see you Friday at the draft event, by the way. There's going to be no Colts change or anything. He's probably going to be the only one cheering, but JB, I'm sorry, buddy. I had to do this, man. Get yourself a Shedeur Sanders jersey, buddy.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely thinking tight end. He's thinking tight end, and we could have given him a tight end.
And I expect to be tight end, too.
But it would have been too obvious to give him a tight end with Loveland already off the board to give them more. And we were trying to be bold, so it was like, yeah, we could have went other directions. So we said, screw it. Just let Greg make the pick. Shedeur Sanders it is.
Shedeur!
Go ahead, Chop. Pick 15.
Pick 15, the Arizona Cardinals just became the favorite in the NFC with Nick Emmanwori all over that defensive field.
Oh, pick 15 was the Falcons with James Pierce. 16. You see Nick Emmanwori on the board, and you get too damn excited.
Well, before that, the Atlanta Falcons go ahead and they ignore the fact that the Tennessee Vols really don't like him. You know, that he didn't want to practice and he gives up on run plays, and they go ahead and they take James Pierce Jr. with the 15th pick in the 2025 NFL draft.
Now it's pick 16, Chop.
Oh, yeah. Pick 16, the Arizona Cardinals become the favorite to win the NFC this year with Nick Emmanwori regulating that backfield for the Cardinals out there in Arizona.
There you go.
Playing safety, both safety positions. He's also going to play linebacker, wide receiver, and he's going to play.
Yeah.
So fuck Travis Hunter. This is a five-way player right here.
You all right, Greg?
What position is he going to play, Nick Emmanwori? Linebacker is going to play safety. We don't know.
Just something popped in my head. I'm sorry. Just keep going.
All the positions, Chop. Pick 17. The Bengals traded down. The Chargers traded up. They won Tyler Warren at that point. So Tyler Warren's off the board of the Chargers at 17, 18. Seahawks say, you know what? We need O-line. And Armand Membu is going to be here. Man, it's bold that he's here. So that's the only reason that's bold. That's just a great player. Pick 19, Chop, the Buccaneers took one of your other favorites.
Carson Schwishinger. This dude is a badass, man. Like, linebackers are Jihad Campbell and Carson Schwishinger is number 2, but both of them are badasses, and both of them are going to improve a defense instantly day one.
And with Campbell off the board at 9,
Bay Buccaneers.
Campbell's off the board at 9. They took the swing on getting a linebacker that they badly need.
A lot of people got Carson moving up into the first round, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure about pick 19, but we're doing bold predictions today.
Exactly. Quinshon Judkins at 20. 2 running backs were off the board. The Broncos still want to improve their running game. So they said, you know what? Judkins, he runs hard, and we're going to continue to pound the rock with him and the kid they got from Notre Dame last year. Can't think of his name, Greg. Greg's losing it, so I can't even ask him.
The kid from Notre Dame last year. Who did they pick last year?
He's still losing it? I can't see.
Yeah, he's just laughing, giggling.
What the fuck is it, Greg? You
I
have
don't
to say it
know.
now.
Something popped in his head.
You have to say
Something
it.
in my head. It happens every now and then. I'm sorry. Let's keep going. Now, who's the kid from Notre Dame last year?
The running
Oh, you're
back.
thinking
You
the
wanted.
Ravens you're thinking when the Ravens when they took a Hamilton.
No, the Broncos, the running back they took in the 4th or 5th round. That you
Oh, the
wanted.
guy I like.
Estime. Yes,
Estime.
I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
sure.
I'm gonna think of it by the time you.
I
think of
wanted
it.
Estimate, damn it.
Then at 21, the Steelers surprise everyone and say Jalen Milrose, our
Right.
quarterback of the future.
That's not a surprise, though.
Or maybe they drafted him to be a running back because they could use one of those.
Yeah.
And then we took another Jalen Walker.
That's right.
We haven't done it. We haven't taken Jalen Walker. So we said
They took
you know what?
Jalen. We took Jalon.
Yeah, however you say his name. He's
Right.
a Bengal now, and he's going to play on the edge. He's going to play at linebacker. You're going to move him around, and he's going to be a damn good player, explosive player. And the defense gets faster. And I don't think that's a bad thing if your defense gets faster for the Bengals.
And he's going to play that Viper spy role for Al Golden.
Yeah, and when Lamar Jackson, boom.
Boom.
stopped him.
Sorry about your fucking
So
luck.
there we go. That's not a bad pick, and it's not crazy.
Right.
Keldon Banks at 23. He's going to start and play left tackle. Malachi Stark's still on the board. We took Xavier Watts to the Vikings. They shock everybody and say we like Watts more. We think he's a ball hawk. We think he's going to have 10 interceptions here for us next year, so we're taking him.
I have
Kenneth
heard
Grant.
that some people actually have Xavier Watts as their number one safety on their board.
Yeah, maybe.
I've heard.
Yeah. Chop hears things.
I do hear things. I have ears. I have one on each side of my head.
And we didn't go O-line, so that's the bold part of this. We went D-line, but I think Kenneth Grant, you could do a lot worse, you know. They're banking on Sheldon Rankins coming back there to give their pass rush, so they got the run stopper and Kenneth Grant to pair with him. Hopefully he shows up and plays for them.
Yep.
Jackson Dart to the Rams. They take a quarterback of the future. Matthew Stafford. Sorry, buddy. You're still here. The Ravens with the shock of the draft. Andre Borregales, kicker from Miami, Florida, pick 27.
Right. They send a note to Justin Tucker like, you're out, buddy.
Shamar Stewart to the Lions. Not that shocking. If he's there, I could see that fit and them going with that edge rusher.
That's easy.
We just wanted to get him off the board. Matthew Golden to Chops Redskins.
Give my boy,
Commanders. Oh, my God, I'm canceled. I said Redskins.
Yeah, I know.
Jade Albaran to the Buffalo Bills. Josh Connerly to the Chiefs, even though Josh Simmons is on the board. And Darius Alexander at pick 32 to the Eagles. That's a first-round draft. Bold prediction, first-round mock draft.
We did a good job, man, and I'm especially proud of the Ravens. They made a really good pick there. Steelers also with the quarterback of the future.
That's probably it. That's probably what.
No, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I have this thing where a funny memory comes to my head, and it just can't leave my head. It's pounding me, and I start laughing like crazy. I apologize.
You got a funny memory of somebody pounding you.
No, the memory comes in my head, and it pounds in me, and I start laughing.
Somebody's pounding you, and they came in your head.
So, Greg, was there brownies at your family's Easter dinner?
There was Rice Krispie treats, and there was an Easter bunny cake.
I was
Back
just
in
wondering
my 20s,
wondering what could have had the edibles in it.
Let me tell you something there. Back in the day, I made Rice Krispie treats.
They're mistaken for gummies.
I made Rice Krispie treats back in my 20s with the butter I made.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so maybe those Rice Krispie treats were special, Greg.
No, stop bringing up Chris Cook. I'm trying to I don't know what he's up to these days.
Probably yeah, because he probably is buried. You said you're trying to bury that. Yeah, you already did.
No, the memory of Chris Cook shitting, and then I almost had to unclog the toilet. Thank God someone unclogged before I did. I was like third in line on having to clog. The rule was if someone takes a shit and doesn't fix it, we all have to go in one by one and plunge it a couple of times. So,
that's a fucking weird rule, man. And then you're all swimming naked in the pond together.
Hey, yeah, I was going to say, it was naked church. You had to naked bathe for Jesus.
No, stop. No.
There's no way that church camp is still open. That place is shut. There's a news article about it.
There's going to be a Netflix special on it one of these days.
I know, there's going to be a Netflix special. You're going to be interviewing Greg.
But, man, I didn't.
He's going to tell him about that time he jerked off on the bottom bunk.
Chris Cook, if you're watching this, I know it was you, buddy.
He'll be in the documentary with you, Greg.
Yeah.
About that church camp where they all swam naked every morning with the instructors or pastor or whatever.
Now to pivot, how was everyone's Easter?
Yes, mine was
Well, I'll tell you guys something, man. I had to
tell you what I was busy doing. See that in the back? I got that new lamp.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the lamp that's going to be the one that we raffle off at the Project Game Day event on Friday.
Well, Chop, how are you going to get it to my warehouse right here?
I'm going to mail it. Hopefully it gets there in time.
But anyway, for Easter.
There it is. Yeah, Greg.
Giggity.
But anyway, for Easter, I'll tell you what, man. I don't know if you guys ever been to Potbelly's. They have these peppers that are so fucking addicting, man. I had a whole jar one time, took a walk, almost had to stop at the church, man. Thank God I did it, but it sucked, man.
I've been to Potbelly's. I went there after Hertz Donuts.
Jeez, dude, what is wrong with you?
Huh?
What is wrong with you, man? What are you trying to screw up your system by going to Potbelly's after Hertz Donuts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, you must have put your severe asshole crack in overtime right there that night, buddy.
This asshole's got a lot of miles on it, Greg. It's used to it. Don't worry.
Oh, you mean to tell me your butthole's taking everything? Is that what you said?
I mean, so far, so good. No issues with that. I mean, yeah, gallbladder, yeah. On the way there, yes. But once it gets to the exit, that door's swinging open each time. No problem.
Yeah. But every year my mom makes an Easter bunny cake and all that, and I had a good piece of it.
Coconut on it?
What?
Does it have coconut?
You know what? There's coconut on the side. I hate coconut.
That's what I'm saying, on the icing.
No, it's on the side. Looks like grass. Here's the thing. I hate coconut, not to taste, the consistency.
I love coconut.
I don't like.
I like it when they make those Easter bunny cakes and they cover them with the coconut, the shredded coconut.
I like coconut cakes sometimes, so I can't get on you too much.
Yeah.
But no, man, no. We had Rice Krispie treats. I had some ham. I had my brother made smoked ham, and I thought of you every time I chewed on that meat, buddy.
Anytime you had your brother's meat in your mouth, you were thinking of Dale.
Well,
yes, I was.
All right.
I feel honored.
Oh, Dale, it was smoked. It was honey. There was honey all over that meat. I mean, the honey, man, slid right down my throat, man. It was so good.
We had ham at Marissa's family's as well. It's good. Some noodles, chicken noodles, ham, just all the fixings, man. All the good stuff.
We didn't have shit because
we had cornflake potatoes. Those were good too.
We don't do Easter here. Actually, Sarah did get all the kids like a little Easter gift, but we don't celebrate the normal Easter stuff like everybody else.
Yeah, then I had some wine, and I had some garage beer. I mixed in with it.
I like garage wine.
Look, man, my family's a wine family and all that. I really am not in that type of class. I just bring my beer with me and all that. But you know what? I like a glass of wine every now and then. I'll tell you a funny story. My dad had an expensive $500 bottle of wine. I thought I'd try it one time because I got sick of drinking water at night, so I tried wine.
You just got sick of drinking water.
Yeah, so I wanted to switch to wine. And so I didn't realize how expensive it was. I drank a half a bottle of wine, and my dad was pissed. I'm like, Dad, that thing was $500. It was good, but I didn't think it was $500 good. Like, you got ripped off on that one, buddy. Well, he got it for free because his buddy sent it to him, but still.
It was free then. It wasn't $500.
Yeah, but he was pissed.
It was free.
And it was free.
Yeah. My dad was pissed. There was no way I could debate my dad off that. My dad was yelling at me. I had nothing to back myself up with. I'm like, yeah, Dad, you got me on this one, buddy. I'd be pissed off too, man.
I'll be honest, Chop, I didn't listen to the press conference. You want to pull up Duke's press conference? Can you do that? Is it on Twitter or something?
Oh, man.
You listen to some of it to end the show.
You're asking for advanced skills here. Let's see. Duke's press.
I'm sure Greg listened to it. He'd probably give you the best opinion. I've seen some of the comments, but I haven't listened to it. I always think it's important to hear how it's phrased, if you can even hear the questions too. How are the questions phrased? I heard him talking about the defensive tackles, and I was like, oh. Like, I hope you don't have complete faith in them.
I'm looking for something, but I can show you something here real quick on Twitter that the cat's already out of the fucking bag, so why can't we say it, right?
Oh, yeah, you use the hat, but, I mean, tickets are already done.
Yeah, I know, but this is the hat that's going to be at the...
if you do have tickets.
If you do have tickets, this is the hat that's going to be at the draft party.
Yes, it is.
It's pretty sweet.
Well, the background stripes are sick, man.
Yeah, right. Background tiger stripes. Let's see.
Yeah.
So...
Is it even on the bit? Yeah. Is it just clips? Is there a whole thing? Yeah. Okay. So it's 3 hours ago, Chop.
Oh yeah, it's for the Bengals, right?
Yeah, on the Bengals.
I'm not used to doing this on my computer. I'm used to do Twitter on the phone. Let's see.
And I'm going to sing you that music video of LFO every other time. They sing it a lot better than I do. That way you know what I'm talking about.
Greg, they only have one good song.
Would you stop it? Stop it. That is the biggest misconception of LFO, and it's people like you that have to have that misconception.
Man,
Yeah.
that fucker's 42. You know that thing's 43 minutes.
Well, I don't care about Zach. He ain't going to say nothing anyways. So hopefully Duke's first. If not, we'll skip forward. What was that?
You got my screen, Dale?
I'll add it.
All right. You already got it up?
Yep.
All right. So here, Duke Tobin drops.
And we'll pause it every now and again to talk about what he says.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead. Who's got the first one?
I've heard it described as a trenches draft.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Well, I think they're, if you're Travis Hunter, you're not thinking that. So maybe he'll be available for us and it won't be a trenches draft. But, we're always focused on the trenches. That's something that we feel is important. And there's certainly a lot of guys to consider.
You suck
But
at
there's guys
drafting
at
it,
other
though.
Positions too that are pretty attractive.
I meant in terms of the strength of this draft.
The total draft class, I think the numbers are big kind of everywhere. There's been a lot of guys that have been in college for a long time, and so it kind of is all hitting. And we probably have more ranked players on our draft board than we have in a long time. Maybe that'll mean great things for college free agency because there'll be guys that are probably drafted with talents that we run out of draft spots for.
How do you weigh the pros and cons of those guys that have been in for a long time?
Yeah. I think it's a case by case basis as to why they weren't producing early. Maybe some of them produced from the start and just stayed around because they were earning money and they wanted to maximize their earning potential, perhaps. Others maybe took a little more time to develop and get an opportunity. So it's a case by case basis. None of these guys are too old to play in our league. We start talking about 24 and 25-year-old guys as old. We've got real problems. So they're all under consideration, but each one's a little different. Yeah, free agency. I thought it went well. We got
All right,
with
pause.
Al and,
Pause.
his
Pause. No. No.
No, I can't take this.
That did not go well. Free agency did not go well. All
And
right,
Duke Tobin thought it went well.
let's see how he finishes this.
Oh, Jesus.
and really went over what we're looking for. And a lot of what we had in guys like BJ Hill and Joseph Osai, they have real roles for. And we were happy to get them back. We were not the only bidders, believe me. There were a lot of teams bidding. And so the guys that produced for us, like those two that we were able to get back, you can throw Mike Gesicki in there on the other side of the ball. We were real happy. And then we were able to add a nose tackle that we have history with our D-line coach that we think is a really good fit for us, a starting level nose tackle. So we were really happy there. We were able to add a linebacker with a lot of starting experience. He started their playoff
on 15 teams
run. He's a Super Bowl champ, and so he's been on big stages. So we were really happy with that. We got an interior offensive lineman with a lot of starting experience. We were happy.
That's because he's goddamn 120.
Yeah, no
that.
kidding, for a 32-year-old guy.
Samaje Perine, we know exactly how he fits for us, and he can produce in our system. So we were happy with that. And then the guys we got back and the guys we extended, we feel really good about it. And we still have the draft ahead of us.
Well, there you go, Dale. There's your explanation.
There it is, Dale. Are you finally happy it's explained?
No, you didn't.
Well, we got TJ Slayton and Owen Burks.
Yeah.
And Lucas Patrick,
And Lucas Patrick.
Yeah, Lucas Patrick. We're all done, ready to go,
Yeah.
Dale.
Right?
Starting
And
a lot of
JP
games.
Ryan's back.
We started
so-
a lot of games at a not very good level.
I
for
mean, do we
most
even
of it.
need the draft?
Maybe not, because they nailed it.
Moved a lot in the first round in terms of trades and stuff like that. Traditionally, Why is that kind of fit you guys, or is that something that you're open to doing or would like to do?
No idea what they're asking him.
We're
About
always
trades.
open to moving if it's right for us, and it's can be right for us. You don't always get the opportunity. People say trade, trade, trade. Those opportunities aren't, always there. Actually, they're not there more than they are there. If you're sitting on one guy that you think is a perfect fit for you, a lot of times we opt just to go that route. And if you're more open to your board and you get that opportunity and the price is right, you do it. We're certainly open to trading. We're open to trading down, back, left, right. I don't know what that looks like, but
Down
maybe
and
that's
back
staying
is the
put. I
same
don't
thing,
know,
sir.
but,
Yeah, down,
it's-
back.
We're
Well, what's this left right shit we're talking about though? We're trading left and right now.
You are
This
not
sounds like
trading
some
up, and we know it. So
A bold prediction: Bengals trade right, a trade left. The bold prediction would be right.
we've always been open to that, not only in the first round but other rounds.
Newsflash: Bengals are always open to trading during the draft.
as is everyone else.
Yeah.
We have 6 picks in this draft, so we would like to have a few more, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Following up on Laurel's question.
To me, that sounds like first round, not so much.
Yeah.
Like, first round, we're probably going to stick and pick because there's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
anybody wanting to trade up, which is kind of how we felt. Obviously, that'd be the best because you're going to get the most value back by trading
Exactly.
down 5 spots. But
Yeah.
I could see it
Everybody
happening
wants-
in the second for sure.
Everybody wants to trade back, like you said.
Yeah.
For free agency is tougher, but were you able to check off the boxes you expected to check off in free agency?
Yeah, we're pleased with where we sit right now, and with the draft ahead of us, we are pleased. We kept our offense intact, and our offense is really good, and we kept it intact for the long run, and that's a very big positive. We're rebuilding on defense under Al's vision, and Al's given us a very clear vision of what he sees and what he would like to have, and we think we're in position to get him the pieces to execute what he wants to do, and that's what we're going through right now in the draft, and we'll see what fortune brings us.
Sounds like a very defensive heavy draft, which I think it should be.
Should be.
Yeah. Well, the base of what we're doing in the scouting department stays the same. We're looking for bigger, faster, stronger, tougher, more productive, instinctive, healthy, smart, great teammates. All those things stay the same. The scheme fit stuff we really pay attention to. And if we're looking for a certain type, a guy that has multiple skill sets that fit a couple different roles, or a guy with versatility, because that's what we're going to be heavy in that particular scheme, we'll focus in on that. And Al's done a great job of communicating to us what his vision is and the type of player with the skill sets that he thinks he can utilize in that system.
Jalen Walker.
Like a lot of great coaches,
true.
and Al's a great coach. He's going to maximize the guys that are in the building. That's job one, and he knows that, and we're going to get him the best players available to do that. He's a big part of what we're doing up there in the draft room, and what he says holds a lot of weight with me. It really does, because I want this to work. I want his vision to work, and he's got a very clear vision, and it's been great working with him on it.
You talked about what TJ gives you from a run stopping
Mhm.
perspective. Do you guys feel like at this point you need more of a pass rushing defensive tackle, or do you feel good about the room that you have in that specific area?
Yeah, at defensive tackle, I feel good about our young guys, because I think they're going to be a lot better in year 2, and they were really coming on late in year 1. And so I feel like we've got some young guys in the room. I know what BJ Hill's going to give us. Adding TJ was a big get, because we needed a little more ballast in there. I think we're open to adding any good defensive lineman. I'm always open to adding any good defensive lineman, and if they can rush, that's fantastic. I'd like them to be able to do a little bit in the run game, because if they're just a black hole in the run game, they're only on the field in certain situations. So we like guys where we can build a wave of guys coming through that are fresh, that can both rush the passer and stop the run. And so we've got a good mix right now, and I think we'll probably add to it as we go through the weekend.
Okay. All right, Chop.
Yeah.
We'll pause it there. We'll pop it off because we're not going to play the whole thing, and we're about an hour in.
Pop
But
it off.
but yeah, okay, that answer wasn't as bad as when you just see the clips and they're happy with the two young guys and think they'll take a step. Of course you should think that. That's why you drafted him last year and they're going into the second year. But he did not rule out still drafting, a Walter Nolan specifically because he's very good against the run
Yeah.
and can rush the passer. And at edge, I could see them. Mike Green's was pretty good against the run as well, even though he doesn't have the biggest size and can rush the pass. If
Well,
that's
he
the
did
direction
say
they
that.
go.
The thing is, though, he did say at the beginning that they're really looking at trenches, right? And then later he
Yes.
said they're really happy with our D tackles. So that kind of sounds like edge.
Yeah.
If it's defense.
Well, they asked him specifically there in the question about a pass rushing D tackle, and he said he's happy with it, or they said, "Are you happy with the guys that you have in the room?" So of course he's going to say, "Yes, I'm happy with the guys in the room." He's not going to say, "No, they fucking suck. They're
Yeah,
fucking
right.
trash." But he still went on to talk about they always want to add to that, and they definitely think they're going to add through the draft. So I think that sounded like both positions, as
Yeah.
it should be. It's
Okay.
something we've said. They need an edge and a D tackle. Maybe neither of them come in the first, right? Maybe that's a linebacker, a safety. Maybe it's a guard like Kelvin Banks that can kick out to tackle later. I think everything's still on the board there. But I mean, those comments to me make it sound like I'd be surprised if they don't have an edge and a D tackle probably within the first 4 to 5 rounds, one of each.
You know what, Dale? This is my bold prediction, man. This is another 10. I can't throw another $10, but they'll go DT and edge first 2 rounds. Book it.
If you're going DT and edge first 2 rounds, don't you think the best value is edge in the first and tackle in the second?
Yeah.
Not necessarily for me, because I don't know that there's anybody I love that would be there in the second, because I don't think like a Darius Alexander gets there at 49, I don't love TJ Sanders enough to stand on the table for him at 49.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in his game that worries me in general, his functional strength. He's just not the biggest, stoutest guy, and he's not that great against the run. So if they're talking about being good against the run, I don't see it there for him. So unless it's Walter Nolan in the first, though, I don't know. Maybe you wait for D tackle till the third.
Yeah.
Honestly. But that's also how I feel about edge. You know, I feel like either way, I feel like second round is going to be guard. I still feel like second round is going to be guard.
All right.
I don't. I feel like it's in play. I do feel like safety is also a big. I think if Xavier Watts is there at 49, I think that 49 is Xavier Watts.
I don't think he's going to be there, man. I just don't think.
Well, Greg, I'm really having my doubts too, but I do feel like if Xavier Watts is there at 49, I think that's it. And to tell you the truth, here, I mean, it's fucking. What would we label the show, like bold prediction?
Mm-hmm.
Bold prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if Xavier Watts is a pick at 17, to be honest. I mean, they got Al Golden. They got a guy that he was like, our heartbeat is the same. He said that about Xavier Watts. He was like, our heart beats the same on the field. He needs that field general. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Xavier Watts was our first pick. But if he gets to 49, come on. Joe's going to have to run a little bit more. They're going to look at Joe. They're going to call Joe right at pick 49. They're going to be like, you're going to have to scramble.
Damn, Ryan. I did not see that.
Albert Breer reported 8 to 10 O-line could go in round 1, and that includes Jonas Avanaia, who we thought could, and if that happens, then maybe they're like, ooh, does our guy get there at 49? But remember the run. We knew we needed D tackles, right? And AD tackle last year, just roster number wise. And they took 2 on day 2. They took Chris Jenkins and McKinley Jackson. Well, there was a huge run on D tackles in that second round as well. There was a couple in the first, but that's when Sweat went. The Rams.
Brian.
I don't know. There's a bunch of them, right? There's a bunch of them.
It's the guy from Florida State, right?
Yes, Florida State, but Ruka Rowe, the guy from Florida State. Not Jared Verse. He was the first round. Yeah. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. A lot of us liked him for round 2.
Right?
But your guy from LSU went too, Mason Smith. There was a huge run on D tackles. And you know what? They still sat there and they still took one. So even if that run happens late first, Fisk. Thank you,
Brandon Fisk.
Yeah.
Or Fiske.
Brandon Fiske, I like.
Remember Fisk and Fiske, we were saying it.
But there's a huge run on D tackles, and they still sit there and they took Chris Jenkins. So I could see something like that happen, and there's a huge run on O-line, but they still wait. It's Tate Ratledge in the second. Maybe it's Miles Frazier at 49 because I think he'd be worthy of the pick, to be honest. Even if Savanaia is gone, is Ursary in that first round mix? So are some of these guys gone? But somebody's going to be there still.
Yeah. No doubt. I remember last year the second round, I was yanking my hair out. I thought we were screwed. Jenkins was the last one there left. So, yeah, like you said, but that still scares the crap out of me.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see if 8 to 10 O-linemen do go. Because to me, it's honestly a more defense. But is that why the O-line are going in the first round? Because it is a defensive-heavy draft, and everybody wants to wait till rounds 2 to 4 to get their defensive linemen. That makes sense if you look at the flip side of it. So one other thing, quickly, corners. Sounds like the plan from Kelsey Conway, who will be our guest tomorrow at 3:30 on the show. So I want to get that in as well. We will have a show tomorrow at 3:30 with Kelsey Conway. Maybe a shorter episode. I don't know how long it'll go. But she heard from people, it sounds like their plan is Josh Newton as slot corner and keeping Dax on the outside. I hate that because what does that mean for DJ Turner? I think DJ Turner was one of the best-looking corners when he played last year. I know Dax looked good, too, when he played. And it's like CTB had an up-and-down year, but are they I don't know. It worries me. I say you get the 3 best on the field as your starters.
Yes.
Personally.
I agree.
And if that's Josh Newton, cool. But why are we handing Josh Newton, who has 100 snaps and was a 5th-round pick? Like, why is he sliding into the starting slot corner spot right away?
Speed. Does he have the speed to play slot?
Well, I mean, but that's why you maybe put him in the slot, right? Because Mike Hilton's not the fastest guy in the world
That's
either.
true.
Well, and Dax Hill was showing out playing the outside. Remember, at the beginning of the year, he was our best corner, and that was against Cam Taylor-Britt. So
I'm just a big DJ Turner fan, and I'm like, what does this mean for him? And also Dax too. I still think his best role would have been slot corner, but at least you're not moving him another position. But he's already played that a lot. He played. Well,
maybe does he still have issues with his collarbone, Juan Drago?
Yeah, and maybe Dax is still hurt too, right? So maybe it's like, well, the plan is Newton's kind of getting reps there, at early stuff we're doing right now, which is probably just workouts and different things, a little bit of stuff. I don't know what all they do during this time. But I agree, Chris. Yeah, it's not decided yet. It's nothing to overly panic about, but I did find that very interesting that if that's the plan as of now. But Dax may not be fully healthy. DJ Turner did come out a couple weeks ago and say he's fully healthy. Appreciate you, brother. But, so that's that. Wanted to mention, though, about Kelsey Conway, and we'll talk more about that stuff with Dax Hill since she kind of talked to some people, but mostly draft stuff tomorrow with her and just get her opinions and thoughts on the draft, and should be a good, fun show. So
hey, she's also a Bearcat, so go Bearcats. The Buckeye State, Dale.
No one calls it that. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow for sure. I don't know about Wednesday. Thursday we'll be back. There won't be a show Friday.
Wait a minute. We're doing a show on Thursday too? Tuesday and Thursday?
Well, Thursday, Chop, because that's the first night of the draft.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's here. And we're going to have that motherfucker Tyler Kelly on. He's looking forward to it, I heard.
CEO Dustin will be on. Well, there'll be a few people on. That'll be a long one because we're going to come on about 8 o'clock. That's when the draft is starting, and it never starts right at 8. So we'll have plenty of time to talk about whatever rumors are out there to start the draft. It always starts at like 15, 20 after before the first pick's even in. And then we'll be off and running and plan to stream through the whole first round of the draft.
You know what I'm getting? I'm getting me one of them charcuterie boards to sit down here and eat on while we're doing it.
I'm going to probably have a liquid diet. I'm probably going to be having a liquid diet down here.
Yeah, you're going to have your charcuterie board's going to be full of Miller Lite.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. I'm going to have olives and meats and cheeses and crackers. And
fancy.
So yeah,
I love charcuterie boards.
I found a $5 bill. I was about to mow over, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, I got to stop and get off the mower. Normally, I don't get off to pick up trash, but you always get up to pick up trash.
If I was a duck, he would have kept going.
Oh yeah.
He'd have ran a fucker over.
I almost ran over a rabbit. I almost ran over a rabbit, but I caught the rabbit just in time, and I put him under the tree.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I love y'all.
Love you.